Well, okay, let's balance the budget. 10 years, 3% growth, low taxes, $9 trillion in savings over the period, $3 trillion out of discretionary, the rest of it out of various mandatory programs. I presume welfare will be replaced by workfare. Let's talk to Russ Vought, who cooked this up, former OMB director, president of the Center for Renewing America. Okay, Russ, I read your stuff. Go ahead. You're on it. Balance the budget. 10 years.
Well, thanks, Larry, for having me on. I feel like you got me into this by suggesting I go down this path, so I thank you.
Yes.
And I honestly think it's an important moment to do it because of where we are in the fiscal battles that are coming up. But the outline's very basic. You need growth. You cannot balance the budget without growth. 3%, 3.1 next year, and then we average out about 2.8%. And we believe that's vital because otherwise you just have a target that just keeps getting bigger and you have unemployment and pain that the American people are not going to put up with. So growth is really important, and then spending cuts and spending reforms is vital as well. You can't grow your way out of this problem. And so we have $9 trillion in spending cuts and reforms. And what we really do that is new and is paradigm shifting in this budget is we go to great lengths to combine what we think are the two vital, most central threats facing the country: our fiscal house and the degree to which it is not in order, and the woke and weaponized bureaucracy that's arrayed against the American people. And we say, look, combine the two, starve that beast, and we're going to do everything we can in this budget to delegitimize that bureaucracy so people know when they're talking about a CDC amount of money, that's what gave us a lot of what we were facing against in terms of the lockdowns. I remember being at the White House with you when CDC tried to shut down people's ability to have communion during the pandemic, and thankfully we stopped it. But that's the kind of bureaucrat that you're funding at the CDC. Or foreign aid, where you're paying money for gay pride events in Prague. You're paying to train LGBT activists in Senegal. You're paying for drag queen theaters in Ecuador. And so this is not the liberalism of the 30s, the 50s, the 1980s. This is woke and weaponized government, and it's time for Republicans to stop losing and to get out of the cul-de-sac of focusing on Social Security and Medicare, and get the moral high ground to be able to go after this stuff in a way that actually leads to victories and spending restraint and being able to balance in 10 years. And so we wanted to show it so that people could know it could be done, and now we're going to go out there and sell it and use the opportunities next year to be able to enact some of this stuff.
Russ Vought, can we replace welfare with workfare? To me, when you're talking woke, that is, all these assistants, they're so-called mandatory or small entitlements. We are paying people not to work. Housing subsidies, welfare, food stamps, Medicaid. I mean, we don't have enough time to do it justice, but will that be part of your budget?
Yes, all of the mandatory reforms that you mentioned are all in the area of getting rid of the social safety net and making it less luxurious so people get back in the labor force. It's work requirements and food stamps and Medicaid. That's the kind of thing that it's oriented to, and we believe that furthers economic growth and helps you get to the end result.
Russ Vought, I love it. More to be revealed. Thank you.